Hey, CityCast Denver host Bree here. At the end of today's episode, I'm chatting with Andy Cameron, CEO of MultiPass, about 3 different nights out in the city. From a bass-heavy party at Temple, to a magic show, to a tour that is bringing serious late-night energy. And it's all brought to you by MultiPass, so stick around.
Welcome to CityCast Denver. I'm Paul Karolyi, and here's what Denver's talking about. Welcome to the show, everyone. We've got a very special thing to do today. This is our monthly guide to everything great about Denver. It's March, of course, the snowiest month on average in Denver. I say we'll see. Based on the winter we're having, who knows? I haven't seen much snow already. Joining me today to talk about all the cool stuff happening in Denver this month and how to make the most of it, I have a couple of special guests. He's becoming kind of a regular on these monthly guides. I previously would have introduced you as a newsletter editor, Adrian González, but that's out of date now, isn't it, Adrian? We should talk about this.
Out of date. I moved up.
Yeah.
I am now an official producer.
Hell yeah. Which is like...
But I'm here as a guest today.
I mean...
My opinions are my own.
I mean, welcome to the new listeners for who are just getting to know us for the first time. But like for long-time listeners who have heard you introduced as newsletter editor, what this change represents is the fact that you have, over the past, I think, 2 years, taught yourself how to become an audio producer on the side of your work as a newsletter editor, writing the newsletter. And I am just like so in awe of this and just so proud to have you here and for people to see that. And I think that is awesome. And congratulations.
Thanks, Paul. And I do want to say I didn't teach myself. I worked a lot in practice, but shout out to the team at CityCast. A lot of good, knowledgeable people. So without them, it would have taken me 5 years.
Wow. And humble too. He's got everything. Also joining us, filling in last minute, my good friend, the Dennis Leary to my Jon Stewart. Some call him the Pod King of Denver. Not me. Some. JD Lopez is here. What's up, JD?
Hello, everybody. Appreciate it. I know you'll probably put the applause in post, right? That'll be...
I know you do that on your own show for yourself. I think we'll probably hold off today.
Stud producer in there probably already got it.
Yeah.
Just throwing it.
You got to earn that. You got to earn the applause.
Okay.
Listeners, let us know if you applauded for JD coming on. I know there are some fans out there. We hear from them sometimes when you're on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
well, appreciate
it. Nice.
It.
I mean, you're great. You're great. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I should tell you before we get to our categories, we always do the same categories. We're going to break this down by something to do, something to eat, and then a special themed bonus category. I want to let you all know that this monthly guide is presented by MultiPass, our sponsor for these guides. It's a cool new event ticketing platform based right here in Denver. You can check it out right now. So once we're done giving you our picks for how to make the most of Denver this month, head over to MultiPass and they'll have tons more events for you. And it's all local. It's all from locals, by locals. It's a great platform. I know how much people hate the big, the Eventbrites and the other ones. They all have the ways to like lure you in. They send you a bunch of emails. MultiPass is great. Highly recommend it. Check it out. All right, let's do it. First category, something to do and or experience in Denver in March. Adrian, I think we'll start with you.
For sure. Well, we've been going back and forth on that new stadium for the women's soccer team. And to be honest, I think the latest is that they're going to build it. They're still fighting over little things. But the exciting part is that they start their season this month, March 14th. But their inaugural Denver match is on the 28th. It's against the Washington Spirits. And they're actually going to be at, what do we call it now? Empower Field at Mile High?
Yeah, Empower.
We'll just call it Mile High.
Yeah, Mile High.
That's what's
Empower
up.
Field at Mile High.
I love soccer. I grew up with soccer, obviously coming from Mexico. And they just released their new kits. And I'm not going to lie, I ordered a shirt and a hat.
You did? Which one did you get? Because they put out the full green one, which I think is the home uniform. And then there's the one that's like got more of a white body and green arms. That is probably the away. Which one did you pick?
Yeah, got to go with the alternate. That white one, it's got a cool texture to it. It's got a little bit of green. The green is a little,
yes.
It's like those new Rockies shirts that it's too much green.
Have you seen these, JD? I want to hear your review on the uniforms. This was new this week.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I haven't been up to date on
Pull it up.
The uniforms.
Do you want me to send you a link? I'll send you a link.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I do like a green. It's regal, sophisticated, smart, intelligent people like green, I've heard. I had a relative who loved green, and that's what she told me.
She said that because I remember hearing, I think Ben Stiller said that in Meet the Parents. He said that about a rental car, and like I've always remembered it as well. That's stuck in my head that intelligent people pick green. But the only thing I could cite is Meet the Parents, and yeah, Ben Stiller, great movie, but I don't know if that's the authority. Maybe you're
Great color.
Adrian, that was my pick too. Damn it!
Hey,
I was also going to recommend this. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really fun. I'm kind of excited about this team. We've covered the stadium drama so much, and like now they're actually playing, and they got a bunch of players and like hometown heroes, Lindsay Heaps.
They got a bunch of players?
No, they got I'm talking about they signed they signed like people who are interesting, like people who will become local celebrities.
Would like green.
You think? I saw a big ad with Lindsay Heaps on it downtown. And I was like, oh yeah, she's from here. She's like a really great player. She was on the U.S. women's national team. She's going to be playing for the Summit. That's actually, okay, this is a real thing now. Hell yeah, let's do this.
Does Denver mess with soccer?
We're about to.
I think the Rapids underperform relative to other teams.
When I was growing up, I remember people being hyped for the Rapids as well. And then me being like, okay, let's try this. And then, just never hearing anything about it ever again. I don't know if that's just the circles I run in or if that's, Denver just prefers, football.
Yeah, I mean the other teams are just more popular. They're more.
Yeah,
I know the players. They're more interesting. It's the arenas.
Denver
are in
loves
town,
winners.
Up in Commerce City.
Yeah,
Denver does love winners.
That's a hard one.
There's definitely a core group of passionate people. They're going to get into it. Well, I've got a backup I'll do. But JD, why don't you give us your recommendation for something to do and/or experience in March in Denver?
Well, something to do / experience I wanted to bring to the table was the Sushi High Comedy Show. That's Thursdays, every Thursday, once a week. Doors open at 6. You can get tickets on Eventbrite for like $15. Then you get dinner and a comedy show. It's one of the longest running comedy shows here in Denver, Colorado. Ran by Brad Galley and Katie Bowman. So just want to give them a shout out. That's on 32nd Avenue in the North Side. If you're nasty.
Brad and Katie, both hilarious.
Yeah, great comedians. That show's been going for a long time. It's a staple. They get comics from all over the nation. People come, whenever they're traveling the country doing their comedy. Sushi High is definitely a stop in Denver. It's definitely got a reputation for that. So, and then you get great sushi. So you can laugh and get rice stuck in your teeth or however you like to do it.
That's how I like to do it. That is a great location. It's always... it's a great venue.
It's in the basement, so you got to go downstairs, just so you know.
Good to know.
Comedy show, it's got to be in the basement. That's where the laughs are.
Yep, you got it. It's also haunted, I heard, so I haven't been back since I heard that, just so you know. If you got any ghost hunters out there that want to check it out.
Okay, check it out for us. Let us know. Investigate. Okay, well, I'll go. I was going to talk about this Denver Summit FC, which is cool that they're doing that big kickoff. But I guess my backup, I'll also suggest, I was excited to talk about one of my favorite places in the city, natural refuge, Bluff Lake Wildlife Refuge. It's not a park. It's run by a nonprofit, but it kind of functions like a park. It's up in the northeast part of the city. This is one of my favorite places to go. If I have a day off and maybe my wife doesn't, I will go for a little bike ride up there. Maybe I'll stop at Santiago's, get a burrito, but I'll go to this Bluff Lake Wildlife Refuge. And especially now, it's nice because we're getting unseasonably warm temperatures, but they just did an $8.5 million upgrade. And they put in a bunch of educational facilities where the kids are going to be able to go and take school trips. But for me, a childless adult, just hoping for a nice place, find some nature in the city, it's a great refuge. And it's surrounded by these industrial sites. So there's interesting scenery, tons of trees, walking paths. It's really a beautiful place. And it's kind of a sunken area. So it really does feel secluded. Highly recommend a bike ride to Bluff Lake Wildlife Refuge.
Great recommendation.
You know Bluff Lake? You're a bird guy.
Love Bluff
You've
Lake.
probably seen.
I'm a birdie guy.
Yeah.
You're a bird guy.
You like birds. I know you've talked about that on one of these before.
Half guy, half bird.
I got a bird feeder right outside this window. I'm watching them all day.
Are you getting anyone good? Anyone interesting this morning?
A lot of woodpeckers. We're right by the Platte. So I remember one of the first days we were in this house, I saw a bald eagle on the neighbor's fence. It's crazy. So we get a lot of raptors too.
Nice.
A couple hawks that live around here.
Very cool. Very cool.
But Bluff Lake, man, you could see some cool stuff over there.
Yeah.
Do you recommend it over the Rocky Flats? No worms bringing up plutonium.
Let's go. Yeah. Oh boy. Thanks for bringing
I heard
that
about
up.
that.
Let's get into it. Let's really dig back into that. Actually, yeah.
I listen to the pod.
Bluff Lake did used to be part of Stapleton Airport, so they did have to do some remediation before they turned it into a... So there is probably the same...
Are all our parks cleaned up sites? Is that something I'm learning about?
The Arsenal is too, yeah. A lot. It turns out a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm David Plotz. I'm the CEO of CityCast, a podcast network that includes this show you're listening to, and also 12 other CityCasts in 12 other cities. And each one knows their city as well as your local team knows yours. So isn't it time we connected them? Don't you want to know how they're tackling their bike lane problems and housing challenges and sidewalk dog poop crises? That's why I'm hosting a new podcast called Your City Could Be Better. Because it could be. Every week, I'll chat with a different host in our CityCast network about what their cities are doing right and wrong, the weird things they're trying, and the surprising successes, so that we can all learn how to make our cities a little bit better. Listen to Your City Could Be Better on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, let's move on. So that's a bunch of good stuff to do. Now we're going to talk about good stuff to eat. Eat and or drink. JD, what's the thing that you recommend people eat and or drink in March?
Well, I did want to say, I did neglect to mention March is my wife's birthday month. I wanted to say everything.
Happy birthday.
Celebration, everybody celebrating out there. Yeah. And all these are just preludes to her birthday. So
Happy birthday, Mallory.
I was trying to find a Michelin star restaurant that she wanted to go to for her birthday. Didn't know you had to book 60 days in advance. Okay. That was a fault on me. Couldn't get to Alderman de Finda. That's its name, right?
Almafonda
Finda.
Yeah, that's like the one restaurant in town that's hard to book.
What's the name of it though, Paul?
Almafonda Fina.
Alderman de Finda. Anyway, couldn't get in. So my second choice is probably the best Italian in town, Grammy's Goodies.
Hell
you
yes.
ever been there?
Love Grammy's Goodies. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the move?
You go for the steak and pasta. All right. You get a steak, a New York strip. All right. And then you get the homemade pasta with it. All right. You get the red sauce on it. You got to get the garlic knots, the homemade mozzarella sticks. All right. Just like Guy Fieri wanted. All right. They were featured on Drivers, Dine-Ins and Drive-Ins and Dives a while ago. And they'll let you know because it's all over the restaurant.
Guy Fieri, the most charismatic man to ever live.
He's divisive for sure, but he's got good taste in food. If nothing else.
I don't know. I've been to some places that he went to that were like not so good, but Grammy's Goodies is great. I was going to talk about, for Eat/Drink this month, I was going to talk about this new trend of like old school Italian like red sauce joints opening, because there's like there's a string of 3 of them we've seen. The ODB's people open Boombots on the north side. The Dio Mio, I know it's a great name, Boombots Pasta Shop. And then the Dio Mio Redeemer Pizza people open Johnny Bechamel's in Wash Park. And then another, I don't know who was behind it, but there's another place called Florence Supper Club that opened in an old bar. And basically all of them are going for this like old school, cozy, lived in Italian place. Like you get that like great red gravy, you might call it, if you're, you know,
you stepped into Goodfellas.
I wouldn't. That's not my, I would call it spaghetti probably, or something else. I don't know.
Well, the vibe is you're going into one of these places.
Yes, they're going for this old school vibe, but Grammy's Goodies has that vibe. That's the place.
Yeah,
if you want the place that's already feeling lived in and old school.
Lived in because their kids are playing in the back.
They might come to the table.
If you go to the bathroom, you will look to the left and see a play place that was going to be an extension of their restaurant, but their grandkids took it over, and now it's just full of toys and a couple TVs, probably playing a Pixar movie. All right, that's been my experience whenever I've gone there.
Yeah, and it's great.
But they did open up kind of a patio area that's enclosed, and they got heat and stuff, so that's nice. All right, I will say, you know, it is a family-run business, so it's probably just one of the daughters serving everybody. So, you know, you got to be a little patient, but it's definitely worth it. Just throwing it out there, okay?
It's my kind of place. A little loud, a little hectic, maybe slower, big portions.
Big portions, that's for sure. Definitely don't go hungry. Or, don't go not hungry. There you go. Don't go full. And then, you can get some wine, and then they got great baked goods. All right, you got to have the baked goods there.
Yes.
Cheesecake, talking
great rack.
Cannolis,
great rack.
Cookies, pie.
Adrian, your turn. Something to eat or drink.
Now I'm hungry. My pick is actually a brand new spot that just opened up. We're recording this Friday the 27th, which is officially their grand opening. But by the time you hear this, they'll be fully open. It's the Aguanile Boricua Social Club. It's a new Puerto Rican social club. It's in South Baker, so it's off of like Alameda between I-25 and Broadway.
Okay.
It's actually right off the Alameda station, so you could take the light rail, you could take the bus. Easy to get there, lots of parking. But this was started by Brooklynite Christy Rivera, her husband Ben Oakes, and their friend Terwanda McMore, and which is significant. I mean, we're all coming off the high of the Benito Bowl, Puerto Rican culture on display.
Bad Bunny's halftime show. Mm-hmm.
Man, Bad Bunny's halftime show, it was great. And so I mentioned Christy's from Brooklyn. One of the last remaining Puerto Rican Caribbean social clubs in New York is the Caribbean Social Club called Toñitas. And you actually saw Toñita, the owner of that club, at the halftime Super Bowl. She's the woman that serves Bad Bunny a shot. And so we're bringing a piece of that to Denver. We just don't have enough like Puerto Rican culture, Puerto Rican places to hang out. And if you've ever been to the island or if you watch the halftime show, you know it's a little different. I mean, all Latinos like to party, but my wife and I lived in Puerto Rico for a while. No one parties like the Puerto Ricans. So this place, it's small, it's cozy. Like I say, they just had their grand opening. So they have food. They make some traditional Puerto Rican food, Puerto Rican cocktails, and they're going to have events on and off. My Puerto Rican wife and I are going to be at the opening, so I'll take some photos to share with y'all.
Oh, I'm sure. I know how often you all are going down to the island and feel like that's a special place for y'all, and that's cool. I mean, when I visited and I came back and I was like, where am I going to get mofongo now in Denver? This is my thing. And I found like there was a food truck. I had so much and it was great. And so I'm gonna have to check this out.
What is it?
Mofongo, it's like smashed plantains, kind of like almost a mashed potato, but different consistency.
Is it sweet?
No, it's salty.
Okay, I think banana I thought sweet. Plantain not always sweet, right?
Yeah, because the plantain maduro, sometimes when it's more ripe, you can make it into a sweet plantain. But these are not quite as ripe. You mash them, garlic, lots of garlic, salt, and then you add a bit of toppings into it, so you can have it with different meats. You can have a vegetarian, a bunch of veggies. So
that sounds great.
It's delicious.
Sounds
great pick.
I went to check it out.
All right. My pick for something to eat/drink is an old favorite reborn from the fire. Literally, the old Dozens in Golden Triangle burnt down.
Yeah.
Beloved breakfast place. Very cozy for a long time. It was like a staple for politicos. JD, you're rolling your eyes. Was this not your place?
Cozy?
Did you not go? It was great.
I mean, come on. I'm a breakfast connoisseur.
You are.
I mean, I'm just saying the food was always mid. All right. It was never great. Yes, you go for the vibe.
It wasn't about the food.
Paul picks these places that aren't about the food.
No, the food is good.
This is the food and drink
right.
section.
Look, you're not paying $30 for breakfast at Dozens. You're going in and you're paying $12.99 and you're getting a great meal.
That's 6th Avenue omelet.
We just said the food was mid.
You
getting a great meal?
You said it.
Yes, okay.
I said it was good.
Yeah, I'd rather go to like the Universal. I'd rather go to, someplace that has some flavor.
Yeah, love the Universal.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. I mean, I got to call it out, Paul, when you're saying.
No, I appreciate it. You promised me you were going to call it. You were going to
told you to keep it real.
The new Dozens, though, I want to talk about because the old Dozens is gone. The new Dozens, it's the same great food you remember from the old Dozens, and it's a new spot. It's like kind of on the other side of Colfax, down the street from the Press Club, right down the street from the Populous Hotel. And when they moved into this place, I was like, is that even a restaurant? It's like I thought it was like a office building. Like I never thought about this part of upper downtown as like having a restaurant like that. And there's like the firefighter museum is there. Y'all know that area. There's like a pawn shop, a vape store. Yeah, now Dozens is there.
No cross streets, Paul? You can't give me a cross
street?
Couldn't
tell you a single one.
Okay,
Didn't write them down.
Other buildings around.
I gave you my personal mental map. I gave you the gift of my mental map.
It's a very Puerto Rican way to give directions. It's by the tree.
This is a bike rider's perspective of the city, everybody, right?
But here's the thing. The new Dozens is great. It's even cozier, and it's got the same vibe. It's really nice. You go in there, you sit down with a friend, you get a coffee, you get refilled forever. You get a great meal for a good price. And I just want to let everyone know the new Dozens is just as good as the old Dozens. If you're feeling a little bit weird about the location, maybe you weren't familiar with it, I was, please have the confidence to go back. And the menu.
I would love to give it another try. Let's do it.
We'll go.
Let's all go after this.
Yes, we got to change JD's mind. And this was my daily spot back in the early 2010s when I lived off of like Spear and 12th.
Yeah. I live right off there too, so I wanted it to be good.
We were neighbors, yeah.
I went to Denver Diner way more.
Oh, Denver, shout out. Tears.
Yeah,
Tears.
there you go.
Okay, we got one last category. It's a surprise. Here's what we're doing. We're doing a 303 day themed special recommendation. This episode's coming out on March 2nd, so tomorrow, March 3rd, very special day for Denverites who love their phone numbers. This is the area code 303, March 3rd. I think that's kind of all I need to say to spell that out. I think increasingly people have been celebrating this as like a local thing. JD's doing the hand sign. What's
303
Greeley's? You're from Greeley. What's Greeley's?
970, baby.
970. Do you have a hand signal for 970?
Yeah, my brother's got it tattooed on him, so he doesn't forget. I think it's on his wrist.
Nice. You know, I've said this. I don't know if I've ever said this on the pod, but it's my dream to do a, you know how people do
tattoo?
303 day event? No, I will never get a tattoo. People do 303 day events, but I want to do a 720 event for transplants. Transplant Day, July 20th.
This is just one of those things you're not going to get, Paul. This is just one of those things that, you know, as somebody who wasn't born here, it's a little bit of a disconnect. I know
this
there's
is a
big
majority transplant
kerfuffle.
city. I think we should be proud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't be proud, but, you know, when you suggest things like, hey, we should get rid of Mile High out of the stadium, I mean, people just revolt because you don't get it.
I don't think I suggested it. I think I questioned Mile High in the stadium.
No. Okay. All right. Rewrite history, Paul.
All right. Our 303 day recommendations, how we would recommend celebrating 303 day or the spirit of Denver anytime this month. JD, why don't you kick us off?
All right. When I think of local business or local things going on in Denver, people who rep in Denver, I think of Mutiny, Coffee and Comics. All right. So that's how I want people, and I will myself be celebrating 303 Day by supporting that local business. It's on the Inglewood side of Broadway now. All right. Just go there, get a coffee, you know, say hey. You know, it's a great place, especially since it moved over to the Inglewood area. It's a lot more family friendly, I'd say, than, you know, they were down on Broadway and First. They're just not open as late. There's a lot more children there that I see now. I know they're pushing their comic forward stuff now, not so much music and used books, but they still have those things as well. Huh. And they're trying to do a thing for all ages. I talked to Jim, one of the co-owners, and he's always talking about wanting all ages, alcohol-free, drug-free place. They have local shows, things going there, and I'm pretty sure they will have a band or some kind of live event going as well that day. So definitely check out Mutiny, Coffee and Comic. It's early, guys. I'm sorry. We haven't gotten to dozens yet. I haven't got my coffee. Mutiny, Coffee and Comics.
We're getting cranky, JD, this morning. The spirit of Denver lives in Englewood at Mutiny.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Comics and
coffee. They support locals, so should you.
Adrian, you want to give us your 303 day Denver pick?
Sure. 303 Day is all month, as far as I'm concerned. So what I'm recommending is you take yourself to History, Colorado. They have so many great exhibits, man. You could learn a little bit about Denver, the West, some of the history of the Latino history here, the natives. There's so much cool programming that goes on there. One of my favorite ones lately was the Paletero stories from Westwood. It was curated by my friend Julio Mendoza. He got a lot of different artists to come and paint the Paletero carts, the popsicle carts that you see all around the west side of Denver. So they're all painted in these beautiful local arts. It's gorgeous. They're actually at the airport right now. Actually, if you show up to the airport, you might have seen them.
You can see the painted carts, or are there people like selling the paletas there?
Both.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And some of those carts actually are still around here. We're on the west side, and if you go around Westwood off of Morrison Road, you might see one of those beautifully painted, and you can get a $2 paleta.
This is brilliant. So History, Colorado. Wow. I love this paleta thing. That's exciting.
Those are popsicles? A paleta is a popsicle?
Well, ice. Yeah, what do you call them here? Popsicles? It's like the frozen ones. I don't
know if there's like a...
What do white people call them?
I'm not sure. It's not an icy, right?
Oh, this reminds me. JD sent me tell the story about the thing you saw in the gas station the other day, the tamale thing. What did they call it? It was like a product at a Quick Trip or something.
Yeah, I was at a Maverick.
Okay.
All right. I have a job where I'm driving all around. So I'm a frequenter of a lot of gas stations, constantly just looking at what they have. But they had walking tamales. It was a tamale in a bag, you know, and it was just like a stick. It looked like a protein bar or something in the frozen section.
What did they say on it? It was like corn bar. They called it a
Yeah.
corn. It was like, wow, I guess that's a way to call it, describe a tamale. That's so
oh my
weird.
God, a corn bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Walking Tamale, great name for a new pod.
Oh, I like it. I'm in.
Pod King of
Thank
Denver.
you.
He's always cooking. He's always cooking.
Yeah, Pod King of Denver. Yeah, I'm always thinking that and breakfast.
Okay. I will bring us home with my own 303-day recommendation, and I will ask the patience of some of our traffic safety-minded listeners to please stick with me beyond the very first word of this recommendation, because I think it will get more interesting. My pick this month is the Anschutz Western Art Museum, which is a very little-known museum downtown. Doesn't get talked about a lot. It's not the most accessible place, just because their hours are not super open. But my wife and I went there for the first time like a few weeks ago, and we had a pretty good time. It's a pretty good way to spend, I would say, an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops, checking out what is essentially the personal art collection of Phil Anschutz, or I would guess the spillover personal art collection that Phil Anschutz's wife does not let him hang in their house.
Okay.
But it is up in this 5-story, like old, like it's in like 100-year-old building. And it's like, it's all sorts of Western art. There's like the really like glorifying the cowboy kind of like, telling the myth of the Old West kind of stuff. He clearly had a taste for that. But there's also, pieces from the Santa Fe School, Gustav Bauman, Georgia O'Keeffe, a couple of, I would say, lesser O'Keeffes, but she's here. I don't know if people know that there's a couple of O'Keeffes here in Denver.
Lesser O'Keeffes.
They're not the big, like, they're not the big flowers. They're not the, like, I liked her stuff from her time in New York, her cityscapes personally. People don't talk about that a lot. But it's a really interesting museum. And like the thing I liked about it is the same thing I liked about the Museo Sumaya in Mexico City, which is just Carlos Slim's personal collection, is when you go to a museum that's not like got a more general focus, when it's like one person, you're kind of walking into someone's personal taste in art. So it's less of like, I'm going to go get a lesson on art. And it's more like, I'm going to get inside someone's mind and try to like engage with how they think about art. And so you're having a more of a meta experience at the same time that you're engaging with the art itself. And I thought that was really fun. This place also happens to be next door to Savina's, formerly La Loma. So you can make a day out of it with a little green chili, some Western art. That's a great 303 day to me.
What are the cross streets, Paul? Or is it just
Oh my
other
God.
buildings, that are around it?
I'm going to Google it, but then look at your texts and find the Denver Summit FC website I sent you and tell me what you think about their uniforms.
Oh, text. Okay. I was like wondering what. Yeah, I was looking at like my emails. I didn't know.
No, I texted you.
Check your fax machine.
All right. It's on Tremont. It's across from the Brown Palace next to Savina's, Tremont, downtown, just off 18th Avenue. That's where the Western Art Museum, the Anschutz Western Art Museum is.
I do like the green jerseys. I don't know. Is this a play to like blend in with the grass? It's like
that's a good point.
It's like a camouflagey thing. You don't see them coming. I've been watching a lot of Predator, so I'm thinking a lot about, just hiding in plain sight kind of stuff. So.
Okay, you brought up Predator. Do you want to give one last plug? We're at the end of the show. I think it is time for plugs if you want to do a plug.
Our neighbors might know that Paul and I also do a podcast called Hold On to Your Butts, where we rewatch the great franchises that may or may not have lost their way.
Big fan.
And thank you. And the new season cycle, maybe if you want to call it that we're going to be starting is the Predator series. So keep your ears open for that.
Get my night goggles on.
And the question is, what is the Predator? Does anybody know? Does anyone know? I've never seen these movies. I'm dying to figure it out. It's a very weird franchise to me. But check it out. Hold on to your butts wherever you get your podcasts. And hey, that's the end of this show. So thank you all so much for doing it. Oh, you got more, JD? What do you want?
I just want to give an honorable mention to a couple things to do. I want to make Pie Day. Let's not forget about Pie Day.
Pie Day.
3/14. All right, go to Legacy Pie Co.
Okay.
All right. You want to go to the March Powwow at the convention center. It's also something to do. Those are all suggestions.
Great picks. Adrian, JD, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all next time.
See you guys at Dozens.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell your paletero about us, rate the show wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you then.